Hi YouTube, and this is jtrain 997, and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Iron Grenadier Elite Trooper. I get a good look at this bad boy here in packaging. Very excited to have this guy. Though of course, he's a much bulkier outfit than the standard Iron Grenadiers. For the simple fact he's meant to go along with the previously released City Destro, or yeah, it was just Destro from the City environment. But anyways, they actually have a lot of similarities in their armor design. The Grenadiers have a much larger weapon, though. You can also see they come with what appears to be a backpack, a clip of ammo, a separate rifle, clip, and base, and this other massive attachment. Not quite sure what that is, and of course their display base. On the back of the packaging here, of course, you've got the City Strike environment, and the read-up says, Destro chooses Iron Grenadiers for their endurance, tenacity, and meanness. They expand his armament business by spreading chaos, undermining authority, and encouraging disagreements, which increase demand for weapons that Destro sells. This trooper is part of the Iron Grenadiers heavy weapons support team. So, of course, despite the fact that the card said Destro was leading shock troopers, you gotta imagine these guys were in tow as well. But that being said, let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here we have the Iron Grenadier out of packaging. Now I've got to say, absolutely fantastic figure right off the bat. Real quick, his little accessory rifle, you can see the clip and the stand are both on, has a foldable stock. So nice gun, but I would never separate him from this massive cannon he's got. I'm absolutely loving the way this guy looks. Oh, hit the camera there. Just a really fantastic presentation. They haven't altered from the design of the previously released Destro. They've just tweaked it a little, which I actually think works. Now, this massive backpack, I'm still a little confused on, because at first I'm like, oh, well, they just want to, give you a little variation, but then the bullets wouldn't fit into this slot for them. So I got really excited. I'm like, oh, they previously released Destro, who I loved. If you remember this review, this was one of my all-time favorite Joe figures. My one complaint was they gave you this generic belt of ammo, and you basically just let it hang from the side of the gun. So I'm like, oh my god, maybe this is the Destro pack. Fits in nicely, but this end does not fit well at all into this. So, I'm still kind of curious as to what this pack is for, and why it didn't fit Destro's generic brand of ammo, because it's just this tip is too narrow. If it was like this, it would work. Anyways, as you can see, the similarities between the two, the leggings, the main chest armor, they've even still got the peg for the little stabilizer rig that Destro's got. Yeah, very little difference, but once again, I don't think there needs to be that much, because it's just an all-around great design. Now, pulling him off the base, standard base is Iron Grenadier. Of course, you get him holding his gun with both hands. The bullets clip on right there. A very massive, very nice looking gun. Of course, the backpack with the bullet attachment. Now, to be so bulky, the Iron Grenadier does lose some articulation, but not much. His head is pretty much permanently in place. His legs go forward, out to about here, double joint at the knee, and have an ankle joint. No torso articulation, obviously, with this massive armor, which you could take off if you wanted to badly enough. The arms are both hindered, this by this massive shoulder pad, and over here by the smaller one. Here's about as far as they can go out. This one can do a full 360 due to this shoulder pad, this one cannot. Other than that, their articulation is the same. Bend and spin at the elbow, spin at the wrist. So nice articulation on them. So let's get him posed back on the base. So yeah, I'm still confused about this backpack. I really was excited that we might have had one for Destro, which I'll probably still end up clipping on him for no other reason than it's there. Because, like I've already said, the bullets don't fit into that one, so I don't think it was meant to come with the Iron Grenadier. But the only other complaint I have is that right now this line is getting very sparse. Walmart, at the time I'm making this video, no longer carries the line. Hasbro has said they're trying their best to get the line back into Walmart, but that could be a slow process. And between the two recently released lines that they did, there are 6 army builders. And from the looks of them, they're all collectively awesome. I will be doing a review of each one. So, it's hard enough to find, was hard enough to find the army builders before. Now it's going to be even worse. And with guys like this, I definitely want a couple of them to back Destro up. So, yeah. The difficulty to find a side. This is definitely a must-own for G.I. Joe fan. Army builders are going to go nuts over it. Maybe somebody can figure out this backpack for me. But that being said, this is jtrain 997. You absolutely have to have the Iron Grenadier, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.